Vegas Raiders taking on the Miami Dolphins.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Throwing to start the drive. Barnes. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The numbers for him from a week ago. 6 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Second down and 3. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They go play action here on first down. A quick throw there is incomplete. You talk about this Miami defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Off the play fake. Barnes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Dolphins are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. It's Josh Allen that'll be orchestrating the offense, a 6'5" quarterback from Wyoming.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Right back to Achane on second down. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Oh. Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
Remember last time out, they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a 2nd and 10. They run from the shotgun with Washington. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Barnes firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Looking to throw. Barnes. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Barnes. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
They'll roll him out right. They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And that's caught inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On play action, Allen rolling to his left. And he's got his big tight end here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. So they don't get anything out of that completion. I guess when you roll out of the pocket like he did there to the left, if you're going to throw it, you better gain some yardage.
Now, can you just hear the old school coaches right now? You threw it for no yards. They don't want the ball in the air unless something positive is going to happen downfield. In that case, they'd rather have the quarterback try and run it himself. Just take care of the ball. If nothing else, just slide and get down.
Here now, a 3rd down and 8. Flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Play action. Now it's Allen on the move to his left.
Oh, what a catch by Waddle.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. A run straight ahead with Achane.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the carry there. A good run. And now 2nd and goal.
And they'll run again.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Devon Achane with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop it.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
To throw on 2nd down. Barnes. Now Brown. Oh, he lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they will set up shop in enemy. at the 42-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. He'll buy some time right. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one goes for 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Mecole Hardman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 14-0. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time...
And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Barnes. Quick slant to Brown. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say, we'll see what happens. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Saints who are out in front. The Saints trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we're off to check out another game, and this one going the visitors' way, as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. The Cardinals trying to hold on and claim victory. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Bryce Young, a touchdown pass in the victory.
A two-touchdown game, 14-0 to score as we get rolling again here in this second half. Here's Harris to return it. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On play action, Allen. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To the air, Allen rolling to his right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Allen going to throw. Steps away. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, 26 yards. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. It's a big play there for Vegas. 52 yards.
Just a breakdown there defensively. It looked like someone got their wires crossed because no one seemed to pick him up at all. He's running free, and there's not a quarterback in the league who's going to miss that throw. That's a huge play.
On 1st and 10, Barnes. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Barnes. Washington's got it. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Up the middle they go. Washington. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
To throw on 3rd down, Barnes. This is caught. Touchdown.
Luke Schoonmaker
From 10 yards out.
and the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So this drive spans 7 plays,
and it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Miami set to take over. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Throwing now is Allen. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a stop.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Running left, Achane.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Again, it's Achane. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. Let's see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
They'll try again. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Devon Achane. That's career touchdown number 131, and it ties him with Chris Carter for number 8 on the all-time list. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And now here come the Raiders. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Barnes. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Draw play, Washington. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun. Barnes. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Now Allen. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Porter. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. Up the middle, Achane. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Allen off the play fake. Out to his left. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Miami. 55 yards. With that last pass, he just went ahead of Warren Moon on the all-time NFL career passing yards list.
And that's Hall of Famer Warren Moon. A significant accomplishment to be able to pass that number. Somewhere Warren is saying, but what if they added my Canada yardage? Right? My time in the Canadian Football League, that's 21,000 more yards that could be added to Warren's total.
In the NFL, he had 49,325, and now you're looking at a man that is very close to 50,000. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
They'll run it. Achane with it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami.
Devon Achane.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year.
And the Dolphins are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further.
And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing on first down, Barnes. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And we talk so much about the turnover battle. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Miami,